This is Pastor Mike Hoggard, pastor of Bethel Church in Festus, Missouri, and head of prophetic research ministry with another Watchman video broadcast. You know, sometimes conspiracy theorists, they're not always crazy. Not always. Sometimes, yeah, they're crazy. But not all the time. There have been people that have been talking about it based upon an idea or ideas that come from the Bible. There have been people that have been talking about how there's going to be a global government, a new world order. Instead of all the nations governing themselves, there's going to be one big gigantic country called planet Earth. Conspiracy people, Bible prophecy people have been warning about this, have been talking about this for a long time. People said, "You're crazy. I bet you believe there are gray aliens under the Denver airport." Well, I don't think that. But anyway, they think we're all crazy. Meanwhile, the people that were planning the global government, the people that were setting up the New World Order, were going, we've got everybody fooled except those crazy conspiracy theorists. We need to make them out to be stupid. So anyway, but now it just seems like they're coming out in the open. I mean, here before, back in the 80s and 90s, one president on two different occasions, George Bush, mentions the words New World Order in a speech. And all the conspiracy people go, he said New World Order. And it was a big thing. Now we have politicians coming out every week. More so than some people go to restaurants talking about a New World Order. New World Order. Global government. Our own president talks about global order, global government. Everybody else is talking about it. Here's a report that came out from some global government institute. The report is called Global Governance 2025 at a Critical Juncture. Now, I don't want us to put too much into this date that they have, 2025. But anyway, it's a document talking about the infrastructure that needs to be in place in order for there to be a global government. One nation that's called planet Earth, or whatever they're going to call it. A new world order. That's what this document was all about. And this document's, like talking about saying, hey, this needs to be in place, and this is a possibility, and we need to all do this, and we need to get some of these people on board, and this and that and the other. So I want us to kind of go, and I'm dealing with one particular subject today. I'm dealing with the mark. I'm dealing with the mark of the beast in today's broadcast. And I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but we're going to look at some things. We're going to look at some things outside in the world, some things that are going on, some companies that it looks like to me they're involved. But we're also going to go to the scriptures to get some wisdom, to get some understanding. But here's something that this document called Global Governance 2025, here's something they talked about. The article says, we focus on such issues as interstate conflict, resource management, migration, and I have it underlined here, biotechnology. Now I want you to think about that for a minute. And all the broadcasts we've done here, it just seemed like this year about robots and technology and the monitoring state and so on. Things that we're seeing all around us. Why are they there? Why is this infrastructure being built? What purpose does it have? I mean, they tell you that, this is going to greatly improve our lives. We're just going to be better people as a result of all this. But here it is. The issue of biotechnology is integral to a global government. This is what their document. This is not Mike Hoggard, the wild-eyed conspiracy theorist. And I had somebody was talking to me on the phone or wrote me an email or something like that here a while back, and they were trying to tell their pastor about the Watchman video broadcast and Pastor Michael Hoggard, and their pastor said, "Yeah, but isn't that Mike Hoggard? Isn't he a conspiracy theorist? That's like it's some bad name or something like that." This is not, I didn't come up with this. This is the people who are pushing and planning and will bring about a global government. This is their writing. So anyway, we focus on such issues as interstate conflict, resource management, migration, and biotechnology. Although recognized by many as ongoing challenges, we believe the long-term impact of these issues on the strength of the international order has not been fully appreciated. So right here, in a document called Global Governance, we have a section in here that talks about an international order. So we're not crazy. This is what the people with the power, the influence, and the money, this is what they are planning. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. It's not the conspiracy theorists that are a threat. It's the conspirators that are a threat to this world. Anyway, the article goes on to say, or the document goes on to say, in addition, biotechnology, which the OECD thinks will potentially boost the GDPs, which is gross domestic product, of its members. And I want to stop right here, because if you know anything about marketing, and I know like this much about marketing, but if you know anything about marketing something, when you sell something to someone, you have to convince them that it's either going to save them money or make them more money, because money is where we're at, man. We're all about money. And remember that the love of money is the root of all evil. So, I mean, you have to really nail it with them that they're going to save or make a lot of money. So anyway, they're selling biotechnology, and that is going to boost the gross domestic product of its members. It can drive new forms, here it is, new forms of human behavior and association, changing the way you and I think, how we relate. It's like social networking and Facebook and MySpace and YouTube. We are living in a vastly different world than my father and mother grew up in. Completely different. Anyway, this can create profound cross-cultural ethical questions that will be increasingly political contentious. Few experts believe that current governance instruments are adequate for those challenges. For example, direct modification of DNA at fertilization is widely researched with a goal of removing defective genes. However, discussions of future capabilities open the possibility for designing humans with unique physical, emotional, or cognitive abilities. In other words, they're saying in this document, the old paradigm with all the research and all the medical know-how that we have with DNA and biology and everything like that, current medical science now can maybe think about changing the DNA structure of a child that is conceived and they detected it has some kind of problems. They say, you know, we ought to go in there and we ought to change that before that baby's born so we can fix it, or maybe after the baby's born we can change something about it and give it therapy and then make it a better person. They're saying no. See, that's the old way. That's the old way. The new way that we think is going to bring about global governance, let's just redesign human beings to begin with. Let's just start from scratch and redesign human beings and give them, let's look at it again, give them unique physical, emotional, and cognitive, that means thinking, abilities. They're talking in this document about creating superhumans. Global governance, a new world order, and people whose DNA has been changed. This has been something that this broadcast has been warning people about now for almost 2 years, about a year and a half, year and 7-8 months, something like that. We've been warning people, actually a year and 10 months today, we've been warning people that a change is a-coming, my friend. It is right around the corner.